Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Monday night. Hoping you guys have yourselves a good start to your week, and hopefully you have something fun planned for the week as well. Since Mother's Day is now officially over, we can all go back to being ungrateful ingrates. There we go. But for tonight, we're gonna play a little bit more of Dauntless, since it's still in its closed beta. I believe it only has, I think, 2, maybe 3 more weeks left of closed beta access before it becomes open access and open to all. So I want to actually spend pretty much maybe this week, maybe next week, streaming a little bit of Dauntless, and primarily I want to actually kind of just show each of the behemoths until we get up to the point where I actually do struggle, in which then I'll probably just accept public hunts and hopefully see if I can actually get some help on those hunts from all the other closed beta players. But no, though, why don't we jump on in, play some more Dauntless? Because I do want to really show this game in depth and what it can actually do. Because I think it's nice to be able to demo the game, and so people know what they're getting into, and see if it actually catches their interest. And maybe you might just have some fun while everyone waits for another Monster Hunter game to come out. There we go. Always good to know. Always good to reiterate that this is a beta and things are open to change, not simply just from the developers, but also from the community. They can change. I probably should change my outfit here. This is actually pretty much the gear I actually do use myself when playing. This is very much endgame stuff here, because when you get to the end game, early game stuff really just only gets you, like, you only improve it once or twice, so they really don't want you sticking around in the early game. It's really where the late game, they really let you start, focused leveling up everything. But for now, though, actually probably should do, actually see if we can actually escape this. Apparently we cannot. I don't know why, but we cannot. There we go. Apparently we need to select some armor. What I wanted to show today was the Yonder keys, and if you might notice, if I just do a patrol, actually a pursuit here, we can actually see all the lists of all the behemoths that are out there. So we have the Shrike, we fought them before, the Quill Shot, we've also fought the Skarn, but the new ones here are actually here, which are the Charog, the Drask, the Embermane, and the Scrave. These are the ones I want to focus on for stream tonight. So for now, though, what I want to do, let's change our equipment, because I don't want to make this look like a cakewalk here. We're not going to keep Skarn's Defiance, since we have slain a Skarn. This is his lantern. It gives 200 HP shield for 4 seconds, and it also summons a swirling stone hurricane around you that will damage behemoths. It's okay. It's a very early weapon you can actually or active you can actually use. We were using the Shrike Axe, but I think what I might want to do here, we were fighting a Charog. I do want to show something here. I don't remember what I actually had. I'm honestly tempted to actually make a hammer and see if we can actually slay one with the hammer, just because hammer is definitely a weapon I've never used in this game. I kind of know how to use all the others, but I just never got into the hammer.
Always find time for you.
Probably. You know what, actually, I think we actually do have a Skarn sword. There's the Scrave sword. There's it. Yeah, we have the Skarn sword actually already maxed out. You know, we'll use that. We'll start out with the sword. We'll actually don ourselves the Skarn armor set. It actually looks pretty nice, honestly. That's Rage Hunter. There we go. There's Skarn. Yeah, prevents you from being staggered. So if you get lightly hit, you kind of just shrug it off. One other cool thing, like I said, you can actually just simply dye everything. You can color the rocks and stuff as well. But we'll just go with the default here for now. I kind of like the... I will say one thing. I kind of do like the Drask, or the Skarn armor. It's actually kind of nice. For now, why don't we jump on in to the Yonder keys here. Let's go chase after a Charog. I'm going to assume each of these hunts are going to take... Hopefully, they'll probably take about the entire stream. Charog is actually a kind of fun behemoth to fight. It's not as intense as the others. I personally enjoy it. I think that's, if anything, this was the one behemoth I probably farmed the most out of this region. Rise from your grave. The downside is, unfortunately, I kind of made this mistake, and I'd probably say for a lot of people, if you're gonna use the elemental weapons, and I kind of wish there were more elements in this game, because I like the concept of this game not simply being heavy attacks. Because once I learned that your Y isn't really just heavy attacks, like it says, it's also your elements. Are we playing Treasure Planet? No, unfortunately we're not playing Treasure Planet. How you doing, Newton? We're not hunting treasure, we're hunting behemoths. Hunting gigantic, horrifying, terrible monsters. I mean, just they're nice, cuddly, gentle friends, although sassy and lazy by nature. Their pure existence is so lazy, they drag down all the islands around what's left of humanity. Oddly enough, I actually watched a couple of Treasure Planet clips. I never actually saw that movie in full. It just seems like an okay movie. It just wasn't one of the movies that just caught my eye. Speaking of catching my eye, where the heck is the behemoth?
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Thank you very much, Exposure. Thank you very much for the host. He has been very active in streaming Fortnite as of late. That and Rainbow Six Siege. Quite enjoyable. Where are you, Charog? Tell me you're on the other side of this island. I'd hate to run off to the other side of the island. Please be here. Are you here? Charog. This is the one time I wish I had the Borrower's Lantern. I would actually know where the bloody Charog is. I'm also gonna get these mushrooms here. The one-time gathering is actually important. Well, crap, usually they're always in one of these 4 spots. I've never had to actually go to the other side of the island. I feel gypped. But how are you doing, Newton? What games have you been playing as of late? Hopefully you've had a good start to your week. Mine's been slow, but hopefully it'll pick up. Discover 2 series you've been reading are getting animated. Oh, that's interesting. When you say animated, what kind of animation? Alright, this is actually getting troublesome here. If he's not here, I don't know where the Charog is. Well, I don't mind. I actually do need all the Sky Bloom. Ah, there it is. There's our gigantic Charog. Anime, very nice. Okay, good. I can't fall down here. Here's our Charog. He's a gigantic fire spewing. Also, he launches fireballs out of his mouth. No, 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 no. You can have. You can have that. The Promised Neverland? Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. What's the Promised Neverland? Oh, I got hit. I'm like, why am I still down? There we go. Gotta be a lot more careful. This is where they start introducing the elements. And you gotta be very careful about getting caught on fire. I kinda like the Charog. It's not, at least in my opinion, it's not hard. But it's still fun. And that's the shield from the lantern. It's very useful, in my personal opinion. Oh, shoot. Did I or did I? Oh no, I guess I didn't. Ah, come here, you. Oh! Okay, that just happened. Well, so much for a second. There we go. Oh. Nope. So that little red debuff of a fireball there, that means you're on fire. And it actually does a lot of damage. And it can also... Ah, darn it. Come here. It can really drain your stamina, if you let it. There we go. Actually getting a lot of parts off today. Uh-oh. Please don't run after... Oh my goodness, I have no place to run. Not really giving me many places to run here. Come here. I want to attack you. Oh. Oh, I have no HP right now. Also not used to having no armor. Really shouldn't keep beating him on the same leg. There we go. And it takes off his tail. Then I go flying. Maybe I should just attack his head. Alright. Unfortunately, swords are not great at staggering the behemoths. They're tail cutter. The Promised Neverland is basically orphan kids who have been living a perfect life at an orphanage. 2 orphan kids. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna keep working on this. Okay, so it's everything is not what it seems to be. I was actually surprised to see, what was it, oh, I really need to extinguish that fire. Was it? Ooh, Charog, what's happened to you, buddy? You're getting all contorted on me. Wow. I'm actually surprised we killed him that quickly. Kind of works, honestly. I wonder what time period it is. Because what is it? Studio Ghibli has been on a major role lately, or I guess what is formerly Studio Ghibli. I'm seeing a lot of advertisements of Studio Ghibli films being put back into theaters in like a limited release. I doubt it'd be in my neck of the woods, but hey, those are the type of advertisements I've been getting. Which tells me that it tells advertisers I've probably been watching too many clips of anime as of late. In a mind game horror series where the kids must plan their escape. It's an anime version of, what was that? What was that movie? Lemony Snicket's, I think that's what it was. It's been a while. It's been a while, honestly. A lot of mind horror game anime does really well. Personally, I stay away from most horror. I'll read about it, so I can understand it. So at least when I do run into it, no, I'm not scared. I at least know what the deal is. But that was the Charog. Charog is honestly a lot of fun. As a fight. But I actually do have the Charog set. I actually invested a lot into the Charog set when I got it. I also colored it too. Can you blame me? What's really nice about the Charog set, you get more HP from it as well, and also your weapon charge rate also is increased as well. And you can see that these actually go all the way up to 6. And I really... It's the execution I question, because you could put cells in each of the armors, so you can actually see, like, infused effects here. So, you have a weapon one, you have defense, another defense, and then another weapon one. I think they vary from piece to piece, honestly. Let me see here. Yeah, they actually do differ. So it kind of enjoys a little bit of a mix and match for the set bonuses, but given how... There's a lot of there's actually quite a few behemoths, but at the same time, there's not a lot of variance. Or, it's not so much variance. There's enough variance, but at the same time, the weapons and stuff for the sets are tiered. So, like, you know, the Shockjaw behemoth is obviously a lot stronger than the Charog. And so that one, so the Charog doesn't give as much armor, but the downside is, of course, you don't get those set bonuses. And they kind of made it so there's like another level of each of the behemoths that you fought earlier. But one thing I wanted to do, though...
Don't tell the others.
Actually, you know what? We might actually just use... How much Drask stuff do I have? I actually have enough. Wanted to actually use the Charog. But this is where I'm starting to think like where the sword really comes into its own is when you actually have a weapon that has an elemental power. So actually I'm going to make this Char sword here. Because even though the axe doesn't really use it that much, the swords and chain blades do. Now I actually do have maxed out char blades, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later. Actually, I got a better idea, so I'm going to max this out, actually. Well, not level 1 should be fine. What I think I'll do... Let's see what the next one on our list here. What's our next one? Not. So I got the Charog. Oh, the Drask. Ooh. Let's see here. What's this say? Unfortunately, I kind of wish it gave a bit better description. The icons are interesting, but one of the downsides are some of the icons look the same. Oh no, they actually... Oh no, they finally changed it. Okay. Yeah, so if anything, we're gonna use this, use our char blades here. And we're actually... Let's see, frost resistance. So this is gonna be a bit of an uphill battle for me. But that'll be fine. I don't mind actually wearing the wrong set when pursuing a monster. And the Drask actually shouldn't be too bad. It's actually one of the harder ones in my opinion. For the Yonder keys. I keep flubbing this fight over and over again. But the one nice thing about it is that the Drask is actually weak to fire. Now, there are some behemoths that actually do have elemental weaknesses. Wait for everything to load. Probably gonna need the mobility for this fight, because something tells me I'm gonna get hit a lot. You know, the other series was called the World Series, called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I honestly question, like, what the art style is for those, for these series. Like, that tells me I've really been out of the loop there when it comes to anime. Although, then again, with, like, Con TV as of late, actually been, I guess, somewhat showing a lot of older, where was it? I didn't see the lightning bolt. It's ever since Con TV, I found out they're streaming things like, oh, there it is. There's a gigantic Drask. Anime and stuff. Like today, they're just showing all of MXC, which is basically just watching like a comedy version of Ninja Warrior that's dubbed over to be made even more hilarious. Like imagine watching like Ninja Warrior. I always hate that he opens with that attack. I always hate that. So that electrical debuff there, that actually prevents me from using potions. Downside about the Drask is that he always, and I mean always, is in a concentrated attack. And this is where you start to realize the game is gonna start being a little dirty. When it comes to its gameplay. Probably should have taken the sword. And I missed a perfectly good opportunity. As you can see how much punished you can be by the Drask. So he's doing that attack a lot. And this is also the other thing that starts to actually become painful. Oh. the entire body of the behemoth becomes one gigantic hitbox. And that actually starts to really hurt. Darn it. Oh! Oh, buddy, oh, please, don't tell me I bugged out the fight. Please throw me back on the ledge up atop. No! Ah, I bugged out the fight. Why do they have these platforms? So, I'm gonna have to restart everything. So the reason why I had to restart, I'm gonna have to restart this whole thing is because... Yep. Yeah, nope. I can't... There is a command if you do get stuck, but I completely forgot the command. If you do get thrown off, you're supposed to just get... There's no actual real punishment to it. You just get put back up on stage. I'm actually going to go and... What am I doing? I can actually change my loadout here. I'm actually just going to use the Char Sword. Down to keys. Suit, Drask, and Private Hunt. I'm just going to continue using the sword, because I'm starting to realize the chain blades are are in a terrible place right now. They're good for multiplayer. I will say that much. Like, if you primarily are playing with teammates and such, the chain blades are fine. But playing solo, as you'll start to see with Drask, you're going to need to be dodging a lot. And right now with the place they put the chain blades in, it just costs way too much stamina. Like, if the enemy's not focused on you, it's fine. You'll have no problem. But the moment you actually have to start actively dodging attacks and such, that's where you'll start to suffer. I can't remember the basic command for the I'm stuck. Because normally all your little emotes are here, so we have our flare. I still have it as the Twitch flare. I mean, heck, why not? I have. I've been streaming on Twitch for like 3-4 years now. And I also got this thanks to the devs of the game when I met them at TwitchCon. Come on, we can jump over this. But all the other emotes are there. Although sometimes it kind of hurts when you're in mid-fight. Because I understand why they have the wheel. But at the same time, I end up sometimes hurting myself more than helping. It's like, alright, I need to let the people know that the flare's there. Nope, I end up doing a, doing an emote, and then get bopped by the behemoth. Speaking of getting bopped by the behemoth, here's our behemoth. Thankfully, rocks actually do count as cover. Come here, buddy. Also, one cool thing about it, they also have their own special attack as well. I don't know, honestly, it makes me go back and wonder how the heck I got through a lot of this, just doing this stuff with chain blades. Ah, come on. I don't know what I'm doing, I should just take any hits I can get. Well, that's what I'm doing. And that's what he's killing me with lightning. I should really start using my lantern more, though. Uh-oh. And Berserk Rage. Come on. I know you're gonna attack. There we go. Oh no. Well, I can't say I didn't deserve that. At the same time, that actually just hurt my pride. Why is my lantern not working? Oh, I already used the charge. That explains it. Remember a time where you get insect lay from Monster Hunter World for a long time before you switch weapons? There's actually a good range on that. Like, you basically send out an air slash. Oh, thank you. No, don't put me up against the rocks. If I can get rid of that tail, I'll be happy, but it's very unlikely. Actually. Although for some reason I can never get the combo off for the sword swing. Never pull that off for some reason. Of course, I always misjudge the distance on that. Don't climb the rocks. I wish I got to play Monster Hunter World, but hopefully it'll come out in, No! Know what you're doing. I don't want you doing it. I'm going to lose this at this rate. I'm taking too many hits. But you can see with the Drask, though, he just constantly attacks now. So you're basically going to... This is where the game starts to draw out fights. Based on, because you're going to spend more time dodging than you will be attacking. Oh, so that's why I hate the tail. That's why I hate the tail. Oh, no. I really gotta stop doing heavy attacks. They just don't work. Like, this is where you're gonna have to start really finding the right moments to attack the behemoth. Like, it's not just a simple, like, Dark Souls where you dodge and attack. It's now wait until he goes through an entire attack pattern. And this is, of course, assuming you're playing solo. So if you're playing with people, you're gonna be able to do a lot more as a team. He is loving going berserk for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I'll be honest, like, I'm doing terrible right now. That's the one thing that really sucks, is the invulnerability frames. Or the lack thereof. I am going to die. I think that's actually why I like the chain blades a lot better than most weapons, was because of this factor. But then it gets even faster later on, where I can't even get a single attack in with the chain blades. Ah, damn it. I'm gonna screw this up. Yeah, I'm gonna screw this up. Yeah, no, I dodged away. Drask is not easy. Like, it was at this point in the game, it's like, this is where it starts getting, like, it's still that tough but fair difficulty. And you start to learn you can't just go, freely on a boss, especially solo. If you play this game solo, this is not meant to be played solo, at all. I'll tell you that right now. And I think that's honestly one of the biggest problems I actually have with a lot more modern games today. They're so dependent on you having a network or having a group of people to play games with. And playing with pugs is perfectly fine. It does work for a game like this. But at the same time, it does kind of suck. Trying, like, it's hard to make a game that's friendly for solo, but also for multiple people. And where this lands is more of, this is definitely for people who have a group of people. They all enjoy playing a Monster Hunter game, but they don't want to invest the money in buying that type of game. Or maybe they're budget tight, like me. So they're gonna get their entertainment by playing other games. And there are still games I need to probably, on my own personal time, sit down and go through. And the only solution I've come up with this type of game is make the game... They actually had this in the alpha. What they actually did was... It wasn't really meant for solos, but you could hunt the rogue version of the behemoths. And they were effectively just smaller versions of the behemoths we're fighting now. So they're smaller, they're weaker. They were basically, meant for training, but also primarily it was easier for people who were playing by themselves and stuff, for the soloists. So individuals like me appreciated the rogues a lot more. Oh, that came from this direction. Oh, there it is. It's all the way over there. Oh no, this is definitely, like, this is as close to a Monster Hunter game as I've ever gotten as of late. With the exceptions being Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And I do actually still to this day say that's a Monster Hunter game. It just is done differently, but the same format. You're walking around, looking to complete a mission, and you're still gathering things, usually off the ground. It's just the core mechanics are more towards a brawling game. Not really a fighting game so much, but more of a brawling game. It was still fun, though. I'd still recommend any of the Xenoverse. I still like Xenoverse 1 more than 2, but that's my personal opinion. I also really hate that you have to get your rolls, like, in time. Like, if you miss a dodge roll, there's no forgiveness in this game. Like, the entire body for all the behemoths start to become the entire hitbox. Dang it. I'm just gonna eat that hit. still need to beat the Xenoverse 2 DLC. I'm actually surprised that's missing. Ah, damn it, there's a tree stump here, and I didn't even see it. You still need to beat the Xenoverse 2 DLC? I don't think you need to. I mean, you could do it if you wanted. Aw, crap. Not even seeing the actions anymore. Like I said, I have trouble with Drask. Like, this is the point where I start to realize, like, this might not be a game for me. Because soloing these guys are a pain in the butt. You know what? There's actually a really good explanation for it. And you're not gonna like it. The game's hitboxes are actually stupid accurate. These are probably the most accurate hitboxes for the Behemoth models I've ever seen in a game. Excuse me. Ugh, excuse me. I actually... Like, if it will go under the neck of the Behemoth, it will go under the neck, and you will miss. It is probably, if anything, the most interesting hitboxes I've seen. Because it just makes you ask, how can a Behemoth so gigantic... How can you miss trying to hit a Behemoth so massive? That sort of deal. I can't buy the DLC, honestly, for those things. I'm just gonna heal up here. I think the way this game is basically being reliant on is having... It's a team game, obviously, as I said before. But you need the team to be a balanced squad. So you can actually try and actually get the attacks in. I still hate that. That has to get fixed. The ability to end up getting hit. I can't dodge because I'm dodging into the Behemoth. I know that just sounded dumb there, but that's actually how it is. I think that's the reason why I have a hard time finding... a game to stream on a daily basis. Like, something on the low. You know, like, okay, I beat an RPG, but I don't want to commit my time towards... trying to beat another game. But no, this game has stupid accurate hitboxes. Oh no, I'm not gonna kill this I'm not gonna kill this Drask. The Drask is completely just demolishing me. If I probably took an axe, I might... There is actually one reason why I've been done better at this game as of late. And I'll actually show you after whether we fail this fight or not. Like, that's why I kind of wish for a lock-on system in this game, because I'm not great at judging distances. I'm actually terrible. Does Monster Hunter have a lock-on system? I'm actually curious. Or are you just freely swinging, hoping you're gonna land your shot? I'm actually curious about that. Since you said you've actually played a Monster Hunter World, since that's its latest iteration. God damn it. I'd be happy if I cut off the tail. Really? That actually... Okay, alright. Ah, oh, come on, really? Oh, last potion. I'm just doing terrible. This is what happens when I just become adept to the axe, because there's one special thing about the axe that I'm using that has made me terrible at this game. You think it does, you think it has a lock-on system. If it does, then I will say this game needs a lock-on system, because I am starving for it to be able to ensure that I'm close enough and that I'll actually hit my target. Probably used... Nope, apparently I have another charge of this. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the hitboxes in this game are... It's too, like, oddly enough, too good. At least for the behemoths. This game just likes the behemoths, what can I say? Oh, I got lucky there. I broke the face. Crap. Nope. Like, it's all based on how good you are in managing your stamina. Like, stamina and attack animations. Damn it! Ah, that's what I'm just gonna screw up. Nope. Yeah. That's the problem with the Drask. Like, you get... It's actually, it's not really a problem with the Drask. It's just the way this game is designed. This game is designed as a team game, and if you were playing as a team, you need to have someone who's a hammer and to be able to get the stuns. Like, effectively, what ideally, what you'll have, if the game becomes perfectly balanced, which it isn't right now because it's beta, is you'll have a hammer player, you'll have a sword or chain blade player, they'll basically be chopping off the tail. You'll have a war pike player to wound and increasing the team's damage. And then finally you could throw in either an axe or something else. But the reason why I've kind of become bad at this game is because of the effect of this weapon here. There's actually two of them. It's called the Zaga Chopper and the Shockjaw Scythe. And what this basically says here, heal 200, so heal 200, so 200 HP, you'll get healed, on perfectly charged vertical attacks. And so what that means is every time I land a fully charged X attack, so a standard attacks for the axe, I get 200 health. That is incredibly broken for this game, in terms of combat and endurance. Because other than that, this has actually been one of the few weapons that actually heals you in this game. There are other ones of the same, that come from the same behemoth. So we have the Zaga Blades here. 5% versus wounded parts. The downside of that, for wounded parts, wounding is something the Warpike does. So to actually get the benefit of that lifesteal, you kinda need a Warpike player. I will tell you right now, this weapon is right now the best weapon in the game. Even if you're fighting something that actually has, has the defense of electric. It doesn't matter. The healing factor in this weapon is so incredibly powerful and so important that it trumps anything else, because the one thing this game actually lacks is tools that drastically increase your combat endurance. And there's a few that actually do exist. So, Frenzy Tonic is all about doing damage.
Put this to good use.
But we also have, but this is one of your few ones that are of the defensive variety, the Bulwark Potion. I'd say, honestly, this is probably actually the best one. One of the best potions in the game, because it reduces damage taken by 45% for the next 3 hits. That's really good. Because if you're doing well, it's no problem, but the damage in this game increases dramatically. And it's really hard to tell if the armor actually really helps until you get to a point where you start fighting like the Drask, or if you're using basic armor. But the only other one that actually gives any decreased damage is the Ironhide Pylon, and that's an AoE. And it's a big area, but the fights in these games are so mobile, and if the behemoth is chasing one enemy, one player, you're not really gonna get the use out of the pylon here, because this is a mobile fighting game, not a stationary fighting game. Lifespring Pylon, that's really good for healing with a team. I actually like this. But it's good before a fight, before you actually begin a fight. This one here increases wound damage for 60 seconds. Frenzy just increases damage. Blitz increases attack speed. Assault Tonic increases damage. So there's all these ones that basically just increase damage, but they don't really increase the output, increase defense abilities. Like, let me actually switch here. I'll actually put on the Bulwark Potion since I have a few of those. Like I say, what I have right now is probably optimally the best for potions. Like, you have your damage.
This remind me of Ostia.
You have your damage, you have your defense, and then you have your, damage, defense, and then you have your healing. I'm just gonna max this out here. I think this goes only up to +3. I will say, though, you definitely want to stockpile your Arcanite after every slaying, so don't go out and just buy the latest weapon because you think it's neat. Damn it! Let's see if I can change it. Probably can't. Nope. But in terms of solo, this game is not a solo-friendly game. I will tell you that right now. It's doable. You can do it. You can beat this game, for the most part, solo. But it becomes incredibly difficult. Just simply because of how drawn out the fights actually are. Like, there's a reason why a lot of people farm the Charog. Because while he's a very easy boss to learn, and he drops a lot of parts. So you can easily build up armor and weapons and such that prepare you for the next phase. Or for the next zone. I was about to say, it's like, wait, is the Drask just right over there? Oh, wait. Probably should take this. I don't see the Drask. Where are ya? Oh, there it is. Honestly, part of it's just because I haven't fought the Drask a lot lately. And it's very easy. I hate that that's his opener. I really do. Like, that's just basically a screw you. I'm gonna try and optimize the element. My elemental weapon here. Assuming I can actually get a hit in here. Which I'm probably not. Nope, still got hit by that. Like I said, most accurate hitboxes you'll ever see in a video game. Definitely made sure of that. Kinda wish it wasn't as accurate. Tell you, hitting this tail is a pain in the butt. I'm just using my elemental attack since I have my Char Blade now maxed out. Of course, that doesn't help if I actually just let myself get hit. We're gonna take that Bulwark Potion, and I didn't back up far enough. Well, at least I'm... And I'm wasting the Bulwark Potion already. And apparently that also counts as a hit. Wow, that actually sucks. Oh no. Man, I am letting myself get whomped by the Drask today. Tree stumps are your enemies in this game. Also, it doesn't help when you're on uneven ground. There we go. At least we got the tail again. Yeah, the lightning blast can hurt. You can't roll. He wasn't even berserked. I'm actually surprised about that. Nope! Oh, I rolled into the tree. Actually, Bulwark Potions are actually very hard to make. Damn it, I keep rolling into it, and I'm still getting hit by it. Like, that's the one thing. You'll start to see... Yeah, there's one thing you've also probably have noticed. The entire behemoth becomes a gigantic hitbox. As in, the entire body is an attack. And so that's what makes this game very difficult. Because it doesn't matter. You know, you could roll past something, but then get hit by the other side of it. Yeah, let's use this combo. And you'll still get hit. And that's one downside about, like, the design of this game. I should not have hesitated there. I also really wish this game had the lock-on system. Yeah, there is a way to reduce the damage on the lightning blasts. There is. I just don't want to power through this game and make it easy. I could make it easy. I can make it stupidly easy, actually. I'm also just realized I'm out of stamina. Like I said, the downside of the tornado, it's around you and not the behemoth, so it's very hard to get the damage from it. And your roll is very tiny. Dark Souls, this is not, in terms of rolling. Maybe inspired by Dark Souls. That'll only lead to your demise. Again, demise. Aw, shit. I can't believe that actually hit me. I was already running from the very start. And that's the one thing, like, I'm starting to understand about more Monster Hunter games, is it's interesting that the design of these games is more based on trying to create an opportunity to attack. But it's also really difficult to actually get out of those opportunities. Like, the fight becomes so dragged out, because you're actually just... Nope. Okay. Oh, crap. I really just want this thing to leave, actually. Oh, crap. I need to stay near it because it's going to attack regardless. It's gonna be this lightning blast. And I just killed myself. I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually kill this behemoth. Nope. Have yourself a good night, Newton. Thanks for stopping by. And off it goes. Wow, this is the roughest time I've had with a Drask in a long time. There it is. Oh no. They have to change that. I'm sorry. That is the worst opening. It's a jerk move. It is one of the biggest jerk moves you could do, Phoenix Labs, for an introduction for a fight. It really is. I absolutely despise it. There's nothing fun about that. It's like... I'm just not gonna win this fight, am I? I will say one other thing. It would be nice if the game's design... Nope. I just wish I could see the hitboxes. And the part damage getting reduced is also not exactly the most helpful thing. Give me a lock-on system. I know I started the animation rolling on that one. How did I miss that? But when you draw out your fights, I don't know. I don't think it's fun when you draw out your fights. There has to be a balance between drawing it out and making the opportunities. But then again, like I said, I'm coming from the perspective of a solo player, and I know I rolled into that. Where the heck are my iframes? Give me my iframes, please. Don't stamina starve me, please. I need to get a heal. Hopefully it won't throw because you just need to slow down your pace. Like, it's that ebb and flow. Like, either you let your players have the stamina they need, and I think that's the one interesting about Dark Souls. Is that... And I think it's like, I've learned slowly, that's the difference from the design of a Monster Hunter game and from the Dark Souls combat I'm more acclimated to. Really? Also don't understand why out of all the other Berserker Rages, or I guess exiting Berserker Rage, the Drask is the only one that does damage. I don't understand why. That's also one thing I've noticed. But it's like, once you break apart, you basically have lost any sort of benefit. There we go. Because you're not going to be doing as much damage anymore. Even if you do have the element. I'm actually surprised I finally dodged that. Ah, can't do the last charge. Nope, did too early. I always do it too early. That's one thing that sucks. Oh no, I just killed myself. Everything's broken. There's nothing else I can break. Nice. You just died. And I really want that lock-on system. And I just killed myself. Nope, apparently not. Aw, shoot. Nope, why did I do that? I can't believe it, I'm alive. Wow, that's actually surprising. It really does surprise me that I just killed myself. Yeah, no. Like I said, I know this game is not meant for me. I think that's the real bummer, honestly. A lot more of these games, if you're a streamer... Like, speaking of the outside of Twitch... Unless you're riding the current bandwagon, there's no reward or way to really garner a viewership unless you're primarily playing multiplayer-based games. That doesn't mean playing with viewers, it's more of just being able to play whatever the, you know, have a group of people that you can play games with and such. I'm actually just gonna up my armor. Because there is actually something that'll give me... I do want to show, like, the Drask armor is something that you can upgrade. I actually have the entire set. Where is that? Where's the Drask boots? Kinda wish it was easier to actually notice where the Drasks... where the armor actually is. It's in a row, and it's nice and neat. Where you can filter through everything. But at the same time... Kinda difficult. I do want to show, though. If anything, I'd actually probably get away with just using the Charog axe, assuming I have enough parts. Probably do. I just want to show the power difference as to why I'm more attuned to... It's why I'm more attuned to actually using the axe now, out of anything else. I'm gonna show the axe. It's not gonna be the powerhouse of the axe I use when I play on my own time right now. Let's actually use... That's actually my first flame axe. So this is ideally, like, after you've beaten the Drask enough, you'll have its armor. The hard part is basically being able to... The hard part is soloing it. It's not so much being able to kill it. The hard part is soloing it. Because if you aren't using the right weapons, or you don't know its attack pattern, and a lot of the time, like I said, the Drask is the point where you just start to realize this game's design for more difficult fights isn't so much learning the boss and finding those moments to be able to interrupt. It's more about just simply waiting to attack, to get one attack. And the problem I have with that design is it nullifies the whole purpose of the game's combo system. Now, a lot of the weapons, like the axe here, you can mix and match, but those are basically the two fundamental ones they'll show. But when you get down to the chain blades and the sword and such, being able to actually utilize the combos become almost non-existent. It's very difficult to get your basic combo off because the game's pace just becomes accelerated. And I feel like you can have some behemoth fights that are like that. But I think for the most part, the game lacks. The game lacks that. Why does it attack right off the bat? It's really annoying. So, it's probably gonna just roar. And this is why I like this. This is why I like the axe the best right now. The axe right now, you only need that one attack. Of course, you have to actually... But the downside is, you're risking a lot for it. But you can see just the difference in damage. And look at this. Oh, okay, I got myself to get greedy there. Like, basically from... Ah, darn it. From about 5 minutes of running around. So I did take damage from that, but they are, like I said, the axes from the last stream, they give you super armor. And I already broke its head. Oh. Hello. Nope, I totally screwed that up. He's attacking it in a chain right now. I don't even know why. And, like, it only just acute... I jumped on a tree stump. Tree stumps have gotta go in this game. They really do. Like... You don't, I'm only doing one type of attack right now, so I'm just basically doing full charge vertical attacks. Probably shouldn't, actually. I'm gonna get hit from that. Nope, I'm not. Ah, darn it. So when you miss a swing like that, your charge meter goes back to 50, goes down to 50%. I don't, yeah, the axe, and the one downside about the axe is, like with this behemoth, you start to notice you're not going to be able to get your full charges. Like if you get it right, like at the right moment, you're going for Berserker. Your body is contorted there. Like, there is a way to actually attack normally. Like, it should be able to have the opportunity. Back out. Keep missing that. Nope. But you can see just how powerful you're swinging here. Like, you need to take it slow with the axe. Ah, I had no stamina to actually swing. And the delayed animation. Delayed animations kind of suck. Alright. And like I said, a lot of... I find, if anything, the one thing that actually, oddly enough, needs to upgrade are the attack animations for the Slayers. That, I think, is the one thing. It needs to be faster to match the pace of the Behemoths. Because if they don't match the speed attack animations with the Behemoth, you're basically going to have your players with very little opportunities to attack the Behemoth. Or, like, the fights become so slowed down. It's not going to be fun. Like, you don't, like... There are ways. Ideally, you could dominate a fight. I should not have rolled that way. I'm already out of potions, unfortunately. I have got to stop actually getting hit by this. Let's actually up my damage even more. Like, you're constantly trying to spam your defensive abilities. I also still hate how that's the one exception to the rule. But you can see just how much of a difference this game actually is when you... I'm still gonna lose this fight. Just because I'm terrible at fighting the Drask, and the hitboxes in this game are so gigantic, and at the same time, it makes me wonder how I miss those hitboxes every time. It really does make me wonder. I missed. I really hate. I hate a lot about the minutia in this game that's very critical. It's the minute things that really make a difference. Glad at the very least they don't reduce the charges for, the amount of charges for a single player at the Aether Wells. Where is he? He should be over here. Should be on the other side here. What I'm gonna try and do, hopefully he doesn't actually shoot up. I'll be very curious if he does. I'm gonna see. Do you see me? You gonna shoot? You gonna shoot? No, you're gonna wait for me and then you're gonna shoot. I love the fact that he actually started in his Berserker Rage mode. But, like, the only thing you're really gonna get at the later fights is one swing. That's all you're gonna get. You're only gonna get one swing. And I think that's where this game needs to think hard about its boss design. Like, we are not going anywhere until he actually gets that one swing on me. I did it too early. He's not gonna do any attacks unless he gets to roar. I'm getting my butt whooped here. Nope. Gonna get hit by that. No amount of rolling is gonna save that one. No amount of rolling is gonna save that either, because of how gigantic that tail is. I think I have the very same problem with this as I do with the Hellion. Like, if you want to see a wall in this game, you want to see you should see people actually try and take on the Hellion. Now that's a rough fight. That, if anything, is probably the game's hardest. Actually, maybe, I don't know, maybe third? Oh, run away. Actually, you have no defense. I'm out of defense potions already. Oh, I totally did the wrong move. I'm dead. Yeah. Nope. Gonna get any. I have no stamina right now as well. I'm gonna get a hit from that. Yep. Like I said, it's all about trying to find the, like, one or two opportunities. That is why the hitbox is really, really annoying in this game. Like, we're talking pixel perfect missing here. Oh, I didn't take a hit from that. Never mind, I did. They do recover from their dizzy status, but that doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do anything unless they're completely staggered. Like, that's one downside if you see the bubbles. That doesn't really mean anything, unfortunately. It does not mean a darn thing. Nope. Nope, you stay away from me. Hitboxes. Aww. I'm not gonna be able to beat this fight, am I? Game is just gonna be that much of a jerk to me. Like, this makes me want the opportunity to attack, but because of the way it's built up, or the way it's designed, and I think for some, like, I just don't like the fact that it's the entire body that becomes a hitbox. I think that's the one other thing I really don't like about it. It's just the entire body becomes a hitbox. And so you're basically doing nothing. I used up all of them already. Yep, nah. Nope. I can't do this. Like, I wish there was better ways to increase combat endurance in this game. There needs to be better ways to increase combat endurance. Like, I'm pretty confident in Monster Hunter there are other ways to heal. In this, it's very static. You know what you're getting. And it's a lot harder on a single player than it is in multiplayer. It is a lot harder. And you would think the inverse should be true. Like, if you're playing with a group of friends, there's one reason why the fights are harder if you're playing multiplayer. And that's the behemoth has more health. And because the behemoth has more health, it extends the fights. The downside of it, though, what kind of nullifies that, though, and it really does take a certain amount of a lack of skill. Like, obviously, this is going to happen maybe in your first 5 or 10 times of actually fighting the behemoth. Is you're going to fail. You still fail because everyone is still trying to attack it as quickly as possible versus trying to find, like, that one moment. And I think the Drask is that perfect point where you realize they're making the fights drawn out. The fights just become drawn out. And you just have to wait. And I don't know how to actually really feel about that, because I'm honestly personally annoyed on it. Because once you realize that a lot of this game, a lot of the behemoth fights are not based on your performance and skill. It's based on wasting your time. Like, imagine, like, if I could actually take 2 clocks of a fight like this and count how much time is waiting to attack versus actually getting off an attack. And compare those side by side and see how the total time adds up. Because you'll always have a total time. It's like, okay, once you've slain the behemoth, it's fine. You know, that's where your, that's where your clock ends. But how much of that time did you actually spend actually getting attacks in and fighting it versus having to wait for the opportunity? And I think that's honestly one of the most important things. Because if you make your players having to wait too long for fights, then you're gonna suffer. Yeah, see, now you're roaring. Freaking roar first. I'm honestly, like, I know a lot of players will do the elemental attack for the axe, but I don't think that's actually needed. Like, it's very hard to actually get to use it compared to waiting to be able to do a lot more damage with your standard attack. Like this. I rolled, and I shouldn't have gotten hit from that. I think that's the difference. Like, I'm so acclimated towards Dark Souls, where everything is set up in a very specific way, versus Monster Hunter or Behemoth-style games. Like, maybe you are just meant to be a gnat, and most of your attacks, you just have to wait for the opportunity. But it really sucks just always having to wait. It really does. Like, that's my biggest problem, honestly. It's like, you're always waiting. Like, you're just... not this again. Oh, I'm totally screwed. Lucky I'm wearing the Drask armor, I'd be dead. Surprisingly enough, that actually didn't knock him out. Damn it, stupid stump. I'm gonna get... Nope, I didn't get hit by that. I'm surprised. Ah, come on. I'm stuck. I am very stuck. Alright, that works. Let's dodge into a tree. And let's dodge into the river. This is the worst terrain to fight this boss on. I'm actually surprised I only hit the core. Damn it, stupid tree stump. That's not the way I was rolling, but okay. I'm actually surprised he was able to bend his neck all that way. And he's gonna go berserk. There's not enough time, unfortunately, when he's enraged like that. Oh, thank goodness those trees actually blocked it. Damn it! Ah, those tree stumps. I'm gonna have to destroy them. I'm gonna destroy all the tree stumps in this game. How did I miss that? Nope. I already knew I was gonna get hit. Let's see, that's the part I hate. It's the moment you know you're gonna get hit, no matter what. Actually surprised. I also kind of wish the stamina would gain faster. This Drask is the most buggy Drask I've fought so far in this game. And I also need to drink another. You have got to be kidding me. Hit. I will say that I should be using Lantern's shield more. I'm gonna get hit by that, aren't I? Let's not do that, shall we? Like, the fight just becomes a whole lot harder when you're not aiming just for the head. And he runs away. Where did he go?
Aether wisps can provide you a boost of energy.
Doesn't mean that's never gonna die. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I also kind of wish you could actually walk up these ice ramps. I don't know why, but their incline kind of makes it difficult to walk on. Or walk on to. Ah, come on. Don't give me that malarkey. I missed to hit the tail. And I still managed to screw that up. Lovely. I'm a genius at this game. Genius, I say. Unfortunately, you don't get any axe charge if you're just swinging your axe. You have to do a charge attack. I would have gotten hit either way. Wouldn't have mattered. I don't know how that hit me, but okay. Of course. I'm stuck up against the wall, and there's nothing I can do here. I would really love to be able to hit that. Actually surprised I got the tail. And I'm surprised I actually I wish I actually also knew what the fire did. I'll be honest. There's not a lot of info that gets put in this game. There's not a lot of player information in the UI. It's very lacking. It needs to give players more information. So I don't have to worry about the tail, but the downside is I've already used up all my resources. Oh, I'm just gonna... Yep. Just hitting the core now. Glad I used the shield there. Like I said, hitbox is on point for these games. It's very interesting how on point these hitboxes are. Like, you're off by that one little block on that 3D model and you will not hit it. Like, I would just like to know the area I could actually attack those behemoths. And that's why I'm so used to lock-on systems. Because there's time for free combat. Like, there are moments. Like, I'd say the Chainblade user probably would enjoy it the best. But sometimes being able to physically target the actual behemoth is kind of important. Oh, it's going enraged. I also love how sometimes you don't do damage. Like, you just hit this null zone. And I don't know where the null zone is or why it happens. I think I've become more used to using the X attacks, because as nice as he sees a Y attack, I'm actually surprised. Oh no, that actually did do damage. It did very little damage. I don't know why I'm rolling this way. I just wasted all my stamina. Nah, I had a feeling I was just gonna keep going. How did I... just... not a fan. Not a fan. I think it's also because of just how little damage the heavy attacks do compared to the full charge. And I know I'm doing reduced damage because I've broken off all the parts. Well, all but one. I'm just gonna end up... There we go, finally got him. I think it's because when you have two, like, either 2 or 4 people, it's randomly going to attack someone else, which is going to give you more opportunities to attack. And that really does alleviate a lot of my criticisms, but then again, it comes to the factor, you're gonna have to be playing with people. Or you're going to be able to find people, and honestly, sometimes you're not gonna be able to find people. And it makes me wonder, it's like, if a better strategy would be create solo hunts where you create either behemoths of a different variety, or you make like a rogue version of those monsters and stuff. Because when I've played in the alpha, that's what it was. You fought rogue, like, I farmed all my materials off of the rogue ones, and then when I could actually find people to play with, that's when I was able to actually hunt the actual ones. But they were basically mirrored versions of the enemies. But for now, gotta go and take a look here. Because there's 2 more behemoths I want to be able to show off here for the Yonder keys. Let's see here. We're actually going to go back to use the Ember Cutlass here. And we'll use the Scrave Armor. Actually, no, we'll not use the Scrave Armor. Let's fight the... We're going to fight the Ember Main first. Weighted Strikes. That's actually not a bad one. I know I could make this easier by using the cells in the infused effects, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. Do I have any war pikes that are better? No, I didn't actually. I'm gonna use the Scrave Blades, since I haven't used my Chain Blades yet. And we're going to change over back to the Charog armor. Even though it's less stats than the Drask, I'm going to want to have the fire resistance. Now, I will say right now, you should not use Chain Blades in a solo hunt. Just don't do it. Don't do what I'm about to do. It's a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. Because you'll get very few opportunities to actually stun anyone. Because the Chain Blades don't do that. Chain Blades are purely for trying to do damage. But I still think right now, from all my time playing, I'm starting to realize the sword does more damage than the Chain Blades right now. I kinda wish the Chain Blades actually did more. Because the sword can still interrupt enemies, if you know which specific attacks will interrupt them. The Chain Blades, they removed that from the Chain Blades. It used to be the Chain Blades, just like every other weapon, could interrupt enemies. Which, for some attacks, made it easier. Like, what was it? The Shrike, whenever it did its dive from yesterday's stream, it used to be a person with a Chain Blade could just do a heavy attack or their elemental attack, and it would stun the, Shrike. Not so much anymore. And I kinda wish they kept it that way, but I understand why they didn't. Because they want to make this a team-focused game. Because if you don't make it a team-focused game, then people are going to be wondering, why am I actually, you know, they're probably not going to have as much fun playing this, because it's going to be easier. Although I will say, I still have yet to beat all the behemoths in this game, because some of them are just ridiculously difficult. But I think that axe, though, that heals me, has just outright spoiled me. It really has spoiled me in terms of playing. And there's our Ember Main. He is a very fast enemy. Let's see just how quick he's actually going to be. And you'll also see just how much damage you'll actually be doing as well. Because every single attack is going to be focused on me. And like I said, with the Chain Blades, you cannot interrupt the Embermane. So, every bit of damage I do will be based on, hopefully, me being able to get some damage done. Okay, so I do have to dash on that. I was actually curious if I actually had to dash or not. Like I said, whole body becomes the hitbox. The entire body. And you'll notice that hitbox. Hitboxes are very small and yet so gigantic. And that's the paradox I don't understand with this game. He's gonna use a fire attack. Oh no, he charged. Just never get an attack in. There we go. Uh-oh. Plus, also, be nice to be able to switch, move faster. I'd love to attack you, but you're too busy just getting up. Like, I'll say one thing with the Chain Blades. Ironically enough, if you want to do the most damage, just give up doing combos. At least solo. At least solo. You'll still be able to do damage. There you go. That's part number 2. You'll still be able to do damage, but you'd be better off. Is he gonna do fireball? That's fireball. You're better off just doing your normal attacks half the time with Chain Blades. Like, if you're getting a part off and you have a team, it's better. Also, the tail can attack you during the charge. Like I said, the entire body becomes a hitbox whenever they're attacking. Kind of one of the things you just had to learn to memorize. There you go. There goes the tail. It's actually going a lot smoother than I thought it would. I'm honestly surprised. Just gonna heal. We're gonna keep attacking his back. I don't know how that hit me, but okay. Okay, I know how that hit me. We are using a pretty powerful weapon. These are Scrape Blades are actually maxed out, and they're also his elemental weakness. Wait, actually, no. Actually, it should have been electric. I should have used the Dress Blades, actually. What does make these Scrape Blades strong, though, they do have a effect. Please, just let me attack you. The one downside is the special effect doesn't actually work once the part is broken. fire. And I ran into a log. And he ran into a log. That's actually why he's stuck. I'm glad I activated the shield in time. Like, you'll be lucky to be able to get 1 or 2 chips of damage in. Unless... Oh, he actually got 2... Oh, he ran away, that's why. Ran away! Oh, I should actually top myself off. Ah, darn it. Damn it! Don't you... Yeah, there's your lull for getting your attack. Just gonna eat the... I'm gonna eat the flames, because the Charog armor basically makes me immune. Well, not immune, but it drastically reduces the damage. Sure, stand right in front of me with the twirling Scrave tornado. Really wish I could just trip him up. Surprised I haven't gotten it yet. And he uses fireball. Nope. There we go. Both of his legs. If you start also to notice that the parts of each of the behemoths are starting to get staggered, so it's not just giving you one behemoth part, it's giving you 2 or 3. Which is how they slowly create levels on this game. So you'll need to start hunting the behemoths more. for just to craft their gear. Embermane's actually probably the first one that does this, as well as the Drask. So you'll probably, for your first time, be spending a lot of time here. I guess they all do a little bit of damage. I never noticed they actually did damage. Well, that's every part broken. There's nothing else that could break off this Embermane, which honestly actually impressive. Come on. Be out of gas by now. Oh, it actually ran away. I think the Scrave also has the that same design. I think it ran down here. Actually, yeah, it ran downstairs. At least he doesn't start with a beam of energy. Let's attack as much as you can. I wish I could honestly use the combos for the chain blades, but it's for the Embermane, he just goes too fast. Like a plus, I need my stamina. Look how much stamina you lose just from that alone. Like I said, if you have a chain blade player, you're hoping he's just basically going to be able to attack. He ran away again. He's got to be near death if he keeps running away like this. I will say, that's very annoying. Yeah, there he is. Fireball? Love it. I don't even know why he's attacking the rock there. There we go. I think, honestly, ice also does extra damage against the fire enemies, but I've yet to it's hard to confirm it. Because I just wish the devs would give more info to players. Like, the closest thing you get to info is the quest. It's saying, hey, use this weapon against this enemy, and it's a quest. Like, you have to use that type of weapon. What would be nice, honestly, is having, like, a compendium or directory. I mean, they have built an academy that gives you quests. Let people interact with those NPCs to learn more about the game. You know, what debuffs do you actually get when fighting? It doesn't have to be specific. All you do is just show, like, here's this icon, here's the debuff, here's what it does. You can even actually be a little bit mean and say, alright, you won't know what it does until you get hit by that. Just little things like that. If anything, what I'll do... Let's see here. I'm gonna take a little sneak peek here, because Uncharted Regions. Yes, Uncharted Region has... Yeah, they're actually all new ones here. This is pretty much where I'll probably actually start just getting randoms for help. Because Uncharted Reaches and the Maelstrom is where things become a whole lot more difficult. What I'm torn on doing, though... I do want to show the Scrave. Speaking of Scrave, so the reason why I brought the Scrave Blades in is they actually have an effect here. The 10th hit in quick succession deals 150 bonus damage. So that's actually really powerful for the Chain Blades when you're playing as a team. Because even though I haven't shown it, there's the Blade Spin attack there. So you just do 3 normal attacks, then you do your elemental / heavy attack, and you just hold it down. And what that does is it'll just do like a Bruce Lee spin attack with nunchucks, like Bruce Lee does with nunchucks. But of course, it's chain blades this time, and that racks up and gets the bonus damage buff really quickly, and you can usually get like usually get 2 or even 3 of them off if you have an entire stamina bar. They're really good for cutting off pieces. The downside is though, the bonus, that 150 bonus damage does not count towards parts that are already cut off. So after that's been cut off, you're just doing the basic damage that the chain blades can do. I mean, the one good thing about the Chain Blades, and it's really an overlooked combo, is the Swinging Blades combo. But I would honestly end it at the Y, because once you actually do a 360 spin, it hits every single part of the behemoth. At least the lower tier ones. The higher tier ones are an exception to the rule. And even though you're only doing like 50 damage... You can either do 50 damage to one part, or do like a chain combo on one part, or, and this I think is actually a better idea, because it helps, and if you can pull it off, but the downside is it takes a lot of stamina, you can hit every single part evenly. So what you'll end up doing is, those moments you can't attack one part, the other parts are still damaged, so there's still a chance you're going to get a stun on those enemies. So if anything, what we'll do tomorrow, we'll start off with the Yonder keys, and we'll go with the Scrave, and we'll hunt him down, and I'll be able to show off what the Scrave does. I think his lightning is actually his weak. No, actually it has to be. I think it's fire. Yeah, electric weakens fire. We'll just use, if anything, we'll just use a Drask blade. I'll show you what the Drask weapons can do with electricity. We'll try and get an electric weapon off of off the enemy. I don't think...
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Hey, how's it going, Savior? Thank you very much for the host. Unfortunately, you caught me at the tail end here. I'm about to end things here. So I'm really sorry to tell you about that. Yeah, this Drak Razor, 120% damage with the behemoth heads. Like, they're all very unique special bonuses, and I think a lot of these special bonuses should just be turned into sets. Like, everything should be a set bonus in this game to encourage different player variety. I'm starting to realize that, because later on you get little bonuses like the Nash Saber where he has +2 Rage Hunter, but then you have other ones. Like, they start all becoming weapon parts or part bonuses, and I think that's the one thing it probably should have. Yeah, if anything, we'll just use the Emperor Cutlass against the Scrave. But that's gonna do it for me tonight. Let me take a look and see who else is streaming here. Sorry, Savior. Just wrong time. Anything, actually. Is he actually still going? Let's check. Yeah, he's still going, actually. If anything, I'm just gonna give a host over to Tom Fox. You can go and watch his content there. He's actually playing Sea of Thieves right now. If you're definitely looking for a game to just kind of chill and go on the high seas, you want to play a very non-stressful game, that is definitely one of those games. Hopefully it's going to get a lot more content in the near future as well. But that's going to do it for me tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a little bit more Dauntless. Until then, take care.